Dan, by all means, we have documented a number of instances where we've been able to mitigate variability by just having the vendors perform at a higher basis. Mark provided an excellent example. I had three more examples that I wanted to share with you folks today. I think this is on your screen now. The first one is the case of an apparel retailer where they went through a process where they decided to measure and monitor on-time shipping performance. And as you can see, in the first year, it was a 51% improvement. And that goes a long way towards safety stock decisions. And if it's taken through, as Dave and Mark have indicated, it can have significant financial impacts. As you can see, from year 2 to 3, it wasn't as significant, but in that first year, that's really where you got your bang for the buck. I know Dave, as a former practitioner, has maybe an example or some experiences of just how important on-time shipping is. And as a side note, many of the retailers that I speak to, they'll tell them that that's their number one metric that they're after, on time. If I can get that, and then the second one we'll discuss in a second, complete. But if I can get on time right, good things are going to happen in my supply chain.
Yeah, and focusing on time is much easier than it is to focus on fill rate. And part of the reason is that your on time is not just necessarily the vendor's performance itself. It can be also your distribution center's performance or your carrier's performance. And so there's levers that a retailer has in their supply chain management, especially in the logistics arena, to be able to make internal improvements that help that on-time shipment. Especially if the retailer is the one that's controlling the movement of the goods. Right. There's all sorts of levers that are now available to the retailer to improve that variability and improve that on-time delivery.
And you believe that the variability is a more important factor than the absolute number?
It's easier. There's two reasons why. It's easier to affect the change than it is fill rate, because fill rate is in the vendor's hands totally, but it's easier to affect the change on time, and that it has a huge impact. So it's an easier, lower expenditure with a massive amount of potential payback, which means that it then generates what you need to be able to address the next piece, which is the fill rate. So you can fund whatever your improvement process is.